The call for women's suffrage was first heard in the Indiana House of Representatives on January 19, 1859, when Quaker women spoke to the Indiana General Assembly. Amanda Way, of Winchester, Indiana, was joined by national suffrage leader Lucretia Mott. In 1897, women's rights activist and suffrage leader Susan B. Anthony was invited to speak at the Indiana State House. She addressed a joint session of the Indiana General Assembly, requesting that a suffrage amendment be added to the U.S. Constitution. While her message was well received, the crusade would continue another 23 years before that happened. The fight would be taken up by the Legislative Council of Women, founded in 1914 under the direction of Grace Julian Clark. As the group's president, Llewellyn McWhirter established a partnership between the council and the Women's Christian Temperance Union, uniting the call for suffrage with the fight for prohibition. The first big step by the legislature toward women's suffrage came on February 28, 1917, when Governor Goodrich signed a bill allowing Indiana women partial suffrage. They could not vote for state executives, representatives, or senators, but they could vote for the president, judicial branch members, and local officials. Nearly 40,000 women in Indianapolis alone registered to vote. On January 16th of 1920, Indiana would ratify the 19th Amendment, which would then become national law in August of 1920. On November 2nd, 1920, Anna Monroe of Indianapolis was the first Hoosier woman to vote. And in that election, Julia Nelson became the first woman state representative. She had been appointed to the ballot just days before the election when the seated representative, J. Clark McKinley, passed away suddenly. Arcadia Stark Bolts was the first to serve in the Senate, elected in 1942. Daisy Riley Lord was elected to the House in 1965, the first African American woman in the Indiana General Assembly. The first Hispanic American woman in the House was Mara Candelaria Reardon, elected in 2007. Currently, there are 28 women who serve in the House of Representatives and 10 female senators.